Goes first. Do you deny the statements that Miss Andrew attributed to you in the Indiana University hospital?
100%. Absolutely. How could it have taken place when I've never taken performance-enhancing drugs? Look, how could that have happened? How many times do I have to say it?
I'm just trying to make sure your testimony is clear.
Well, if it can't be any clearer than I've never taken drugs, then incidents like that could never have happened.
Okay.
How clear is that?
Look at this.
If you have a doping offense or you test positive, it goes without saying that you're fired from all of your contracts, not just the team, but there's numerous contracts that I have that would all go away.
Sponsorship agreements, for example.
All of them. And the faith of all the cancer survivors around the world. So everything I do off of the bike would go away too. And don't think for a second, I don't understand that. It's not about money for me. Everything. It's also about the faith that people have put in me over the years. So all of that would be erased. So I don't need it to say in a contract, you're fired if you test positive. That's not as important as losing the support of hundreds of millions of people.
So today's question, Lance Armstrong Oprah interview reaction. What's my reaction from it? People who've known me know I've said since 2000, 2001 that Lance was on the juice. Do you really think people can ride that fast? Do you really think people can swim that fast in the Olympics? Do you really think they can kick so hard in the UFC and not feel the pain and just stand there like, what was that? A mosquito bit me on the shin. Do you really think people can run a marathon in 2:03 naturally? Do you think people can do all this stuff? Do you think people on YouTube are going to have that much muscle at age 38 after a couple of years training naturally? Do you really think so? Do you really think those people in prison with the massive muscles are doing it naturally? Doping on a large scale requires gullibility in the viewer, the audience, the spectator, the sponsors, etc. Okay? I was in the op shop today, or freely in the op shop rather. Look at these books here from Lance Armstrong, Chasing Lance, the Lance Comeback 2.0. This book, How Lance Does It. Lots of fucking drugs, just like every single big name champion who's earning lots of dollars. How Lance does it, exactly the same as everyone else. Lots and lots of fucking drugs and lots of training. Every second counts. Every hematocrit point counts. Lance Armstrong, images of a champion. Now, I've been saying Lance has been a doper for over a decade. I don't hate Lance. I don't have any bad feelings for him at all. I understand it's a professional choice. You want to earn big dollars, you got to dope. I remember in 2001 Tour de France, I was there on the side of the road in the individual hill climb time trial. Lance come past me so fast, so hard. He was just like out the saddle. A bit of sweat from his face landed on my right arm. And I was like, well, Lance Armstrong sweat, I'm going to fucking test positive in my next bike race. But I knew, in my question in my head, I was like, fuck, what the fuck is he on? Incredible drugs, man. And I was just like, I was just amazed. And I didn't feel like ripped. I went to Tour de France, paid money to travel out and check it out, and cool, man, it's a spectator. It's a sports game, man. I didn't go there to see, people just slogging up the mountain. I wanted to see Lance dancing up the hill, man. I wanted to see freak show shit. So my reaction is like, man, like people, oh fuck, man. People are so gullible in society. I don't even drink coffee, alright? I did a lot of drugs in the past. I've been off drugs since 1997. I got into sport because I want to get healthy. But when I realised, hang on, there's more drugs in sport than at the fucking rave party. So I'm not gullible. I'm not stupid. I'm not bitter. I don't believe in natural champions. There's no such fucking thing at all. Any sport, big name, where there's dollars, there's drugs. 100%. 100%. People can say, blah, blah, blah. On YouTube, man, dudes are doing fucking steroids and shit and getting jacked up and going, natural bodybuilding. You're like, I'm swole as fuck. No, I don't need drugs. I'm swole as fuck. you know, just because someone does drugs doesn't mean they're a bad person. But what we see with the Lance Armstrong phenomenon is people like, oh, like Lance is a cheat. I feel cheated. No, you're a fucking gullible fuck. You believed in Santa Claus, and when you found out, you spewed at your parents. Well, you believed in Lance, and when you found out the truth, you're like, oh, Lance whipped me. No. You a dumb fuck. You're gullible. That's the system we live in. These marathon runners in Kenya and shit, man. If they don't win, they don't fucking eat. They're not cheaters. They're not, they're not cheating, man. Cheating means you're doing something no one else is doing in the front group. Everyone's on this fucking same journey, man. On the same page, on the same street. They all got the same doctor connections, etc. You have to be if you want to be at the top. Otherwise, you've got no chance. No chance. Drugs make champions. Drugs make champions.
First, do you deny the statements that Miss Andrew attributed to you in the Indiana University hospital?
100%. Absolutely. How could it have taken place when I've never taken performance-enhancing drugs? Look, how could that have happened? How many times do I have to say it?
I'm just trying to make sure your testimony is clear.
Well, if it can't be any clearer than I've never taken drugs, then incidents like that could never have happened.
Okay.
How clear is that?
Rips off that shirt. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, be true to yourself, true to your country, be a real American.
I've been patient. I have been cooperative, and I have done all I can do to provide USADA with information that I have knowledge of, because I believe in a drug-free sport and having a drug-free Olympic team. Let's all review the facts. I have never, ever failed a drug test. I have taken over 160 drug tests. I have taken tests before, during, and after the 2000 Olympics, and have never failed a test. USADA has no information that shows that I have ever failed a test, because simply I have never failed a test. And no information exists anywhere to even suggest that I have ever failed a test. I have truthfully answered every question asked of me under oath.
Is there a lot of drug use going on in Olympics?
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dr. Exum was the director of anti-doping at the U.S. Olympic Committee for 10 years. He thought his job was to stop drugs in sports, but his bosses had other priorities. He told me that over 2,000 American athletes failed their drug tests.
Truth is, I didn't use testosterone like I'm accused of doing. I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything outside of the rules. I won the tour clean, and I deserve to win. I'm proud of it, and I always will be.
Enter Steve Rogers, too puny to be accepted by the Army, but willing to risk death for his country.
He's changing right before our eyes.
Suddenly it is over, and America has a new champion.
Please welcome a man whose story embodies the American dream.
One thing I learned about America is that if you work hard and if you play by the rules, this country is truly open to you. You can achieve anything.